leg. Hopefully this works. There are things I need of you, things you may not understand and may not wish to do, but please do not make the same mistakes I did. My father, Howard, sent me a letter last year that led me into all this. To think that such a small event can change your life in such a violent way. Alright, we're back with Frictional Games and Paradox Interactive. This is the second game in the Penumbra series, Black Plague. And yeah, the blind playthrough continues. I am Simon, and let's not waste time. Do you want to play the tutorial? I guess I do. Welcome to Penumbra Black Plague tutorial. Here you will learn the skills needed to survive in the omnibus world of Black Plague. Let's start with the basics. You can move around by pressing WASD. Good. WASD, it's kind of white. You can also look around by turning and moving your mouse. If you need to move faster, you can hold left shift to run instead of walking. Oh, we can run now. Can we run in the previous game? See that crate over there? Use the space button to jump on top of it. This is like the Matrix. Now you know how to jump. Let us move on to the next lesson. The mouse is a little bit less sensitive than I wanted. For starters, we're going to try out some basic object interaction. Walk up to that box and pick it up by using a left mouse. Let's do that. It's still a little slow, but I guess you can't complain too much. It's not a normal shooter. Behind you is a coffin. Try to open the lid on the coffin just as you would if you were to pick it up. That's not a coffin, it's a chest. Now fetch the box and put it in the coffin to complete the lesson. Huh. For more control, you can hold down C and then drag the mouse to rotate the object. Interesting. You can also use the mouse wheel to bring the object closer or further away from the screen. Okay. Notice the crate behind the coffin. It is a bit bigger than the box you just picked up, so you cannot carry it around, and so you need to grab it. Drag the crate to the red mark behind you. It's kinda difficult to hold it and use the wheel at the same time. Where's the red? Okay, there's the... Did it say red X? Because we have beetroot juice here. Let's move on to your inventory. Okay, you have to remember C is to rotate the object. Although I'm not sure it matters too much. Pick up the two bottles on the shelf using the left mouse. Good work. Now let's try to combine these items. Open your inventory using tab, drag one over the other. You now have combined two chemicals, creating a new one. Double click on the mixture to use it on the shelf. Oh, and use it on the shelf. Finally, you will learn how to sneak. This is an essential skill since you very seldom have any way of attacking hostile creatures. Yeah, thanks. Start by crouching, which is done by pressing left control. Move out of the light while crouching until you see a blue glow appear on the screen. This means you are concealed by the darkness. If you stay perfectly still for a few seconds with the blue glow on screen, you will go into hiding. While hiding, your eyes will adapt to the darkness, providing I can't read that fast. Beware those staring at an enemy for too long while hiding might make you panic a bit. Why? Because you're a wimp? That concludes the tutorial. Hope you have a great time. Okay. I don't know if all these features were in the previous game, but they're rotating the objects thing. I guess we never had to use anything like that. Anyway. Easy, because we are...
Without this knowledge, without this foundation, you could not have the will to do what I must now ask of you. I followed my father to the Greenland wastes to uncover his secrets. You had to know how far I was willing to go. I found a disused mining shaft and took shelter from the storm. You had to know how desperate I was. I was plagued by doubts, fears, and mysteries, and aided by a madman, Red. You had to know how lonely I was. I incinerated my best friend. Red told me he wanted to die. You had to know how guilty I felt. I ventured boldly onwards, and was struck down by my own heroics. You had to know how stupid I was. All of these things, so human, so perfect, and yet still I failed to do what I must now ask of you.
So, are we not the same character, or what's going on? Long loading screen. Okay, be right back. Okay, just had to do something anyway. Interesting. Mattress. A vice. Some noises. The ceiling looks like it might come down any second. I should get out of here. Okay. What's that sound? Okay, someone getting the crap beaten out of him. Close to freezing cold. Barrel. It's locked. Of course it is. Directions and guidelines for emergencies. Not much use now. You can't even read it. Nothing. And nothing. And nothing. And a coin. Huh. Notebook. And coin. Various paper clippings, a recipe for French toast, some sort of article covering a carnival in Reno, and what I think is the stock market review from 1989. Well, there's more stuff to look at in the last game. That's good. Dead Cold. That stain is a bit disturbing. Ooh, note. Between light and shadow exists an entire world. That world is necessarily our own. Get out now. Oh. Between light and shadow exists an entire world. Between light and shadow. Huh. Yes! Rave time! I never used any light sources in the last game. And I doubt I'll need to in this game because I turned the gamma up so that you guys can see stuff. An office desk. But from the looks of it, someone has been using it as a workbench. Anyway, let's... Yeah! Dance party! A vice in working condition, ready to squeeze anything or anyone. doesn't move very far, does it? That's not useful. That's what's going on here? Ah, knew it. For ventilation cover, damn these screws are tight. I need some sort of tool to get this open. Okay, some sort of tool. I don't suppose the coin's gonna help. I'm so close, the coin is just a little too thick. Well, okay, let's move. I can't get it in there. I should make some space so I can fit the coin in properly. What do you mean make some space? First of all, this thing doesn't turn. How am I meant to make some space? Is this thing jammed or something, or what? Having a really hard time turning it. It doesn't even move, look at it. Is that open or closed? Okay. No, why would you do that? Did that do something? A flat coin. That's interesting. I guess the coin was a pretty soft metal. I guess we're going out. It's not much, but I guess this hole is my only way out of this hellhole. You know what? I would not call this a hellhole. I can think of a lot of worse things that can happen to you than being in that room. May 2001, I wasn't sure how long I'd been out, but my head still hurt. Either it hadn't been long or they hit me really hard. I didn't have a clue what was going on, and all of a sudden I really didn't care. I was getting out. Brave. Brave. And maybe stupid. Wait, there are arrows. Does that mean someone else has been here before? It must. What is that? Well, obviously, a dead body. Interesting. It looks like the eyeballs have been removed. Well, maybe it's not a human. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it'll eat us later on. Whoa, what was that? Did I just glitch out? That was strange. Salvation, right. Mine or someone else's. Okay, the game has saved. Well, I guess you got my last note. We're through the thick of this now. Oh no, it's someone else. It's like Red, isn't it? Like the last game. It's gonna be someone else. Another crazy person. If you, like me, have just escaped into the ventilation, we shouldn't be far from the stronghold set up in the mess hall. A stronghold? Should be safe there. I've been marking my route. If you follow that, you should be fine. Almost home and dry now. I heard Howard's been working on a cure. Maybe we can beat this thing after all, maybe. When I get back, we'll be able to sort everything out. And by the time you make it through, you'll be just in time for tea and middles. Maybe even some hot chocolate, how about that? I can't wait, I love hot chocolate. P.S. Be careful of the mess hall security, I designed it myself, it's sensitive to organic material. Neil Oswald, Chief Chemist. Well, the game is called Black Plague, so I guess there's a plague. Batteries. Can I get a drink? No free drinks today. A functioning soda machine. Come to think of it, I wouldn't mind a drink. Well. A soda can. Really? This thing's gonna be useful? It's a can of soda, not my favorite, but sweet enough, still ice cold. Okay, I guess we'll need it. Flare? What is this? I just picked up a pile of debris. How do you pick up a pile of debris? Is that meant to be dirt? Or dust or something? Huh. Looks like someone intentionally tried to block this way. They did a pretty good job too. Really? More debris. Door is blocked. What is this? It can't be opened. Yep. Okay, I should be able to squeeze through that if it's realistic, but